the Master's grace, the Master's blessing is beyond. Like there's a huge, in most of the world, the Guru may be looked at as a teacher or something. But what is the difference between a teacher and a Guru?
Guru is your heart.
Yeah?
Guru is your heart.
Guru is your heart. The teacher, with the teacher mostly you're understanding. The teacher mostly you're understanding. But what a Guru points you to can never be understood. It can only be met in the heart. And the heart is not the emotional heart. What you're being, in a way, compelled to recognize when you come to Satsang cannot be seen and cannot be understood. And in India, we have great reverence to this label called Guru because it there's so much connotation of devotion related with that, because you will not give up your belief system for just anybody. You see, so the Master is asking you to go beyond your belief system to that which is beyond your conceptual mind, beyond your levels of understanding, and also go beyond everything that you perceive. It's very easy in Vedanta to say all that is perceivable comes and goes and therefore unreal. You see? But to bring you to that point, to accept the reality of that which is unperceivable and yet intuitively always clear, you see, you need a great amount of trust, you need a great amount of love, and trust and love combined is devotion. Because people fight for their beliefs, they even kill for their beliefs. So to come to one which is taking you beyond your belief system, it needs a different type of love. A different type of love which doesn't want anything either way. It doesn't want anything either way. And just the great joy of self-discovery is what satsang is about. So who else but a master? Who else but, till I went to Guruji, I knew so much spirituality. Before I went to Guruji, I knew so much spirituality. But only after I came to his feet did I see beyond sight. Did I see my reality which is not possible to perceive. So that is the potency of coming to a master, which is not possible in any other structure or format, because this uh, uh, energetic support, the feeling of trust and surrender, all of that, it seems like is very tailor-made to go beyond yourself. So what is satsang? We were saying the other day that satsang is to get over yourself. No? Get over your false self so that you can come to your true self. But in every interaction in the world otherwise, we're just trying to figure out how is this helping me? What value am I getting in this? Only when you come to the master do you learn to let go of yourself, to get over yourself. That's when you come to your true self. So that transformative light, is what is called Guru. It's a transformative light, because without that transformative light, we've just been grasping in the dark. Just been grasping in the dark. Then Guru is called the light, or the bringer of light, or the light itself. So this light shines onto what? What can the light of the Guru do that this light can't do?
You can show you what even perceives that.
Yeah?
I mean, the light of the Guru brings you to that light within you, which shows you what can perceive it.
Yeah, that's beautiful. But also simply, like this is the light which brings light to the perceivable. So if you've lost your wallet or phone and things, then you put on the light and you find it easier to find. You see? But how to bring light to the unperceivable? Who can bring light to the unperceivable? So it is the Guru itself, which is what? The outer form is just a representation of that inner light, the inner divinity, which we call the heart. So in the light of the Sadguru presence, that which is unperceivable and therefore to the mind ungraspable becomes fully apparent. So that deserves the greatest reverence, because in all the worldly light you could produce the highest light with the greatest electricity and all of that. You see, or it could be a lightning bolt and striking. In the lightning you could see many things. You see? But what can shine the light on that which is beyond perception? What can shine the light on that which is beyond all perception? So sometimes in a guru-disciple relationship, or sometimes it may feel like we are just getting more peace, getting more love, finding uh, finding ways in which we are getting something in a progressive way in the world. But truly to come to the Master is to come to the light, which is a well-known definition, to the light, but to a light onto the unperceivable. There is nothing but that Sadguru presence which can shine a light on that. And that Sadguru presence is within you. It is not apart from you. It is your own divinity. But because in the human condition we are so used to name and form, we are so used to relating to things which seem to be external to us. Therefore, in this Leela, in this Maya, the body or the instrument of the Master becomes available, which is sharing the words of your own heart. But because we are not yet used to listening to those words, then they feel like they come from outside you. But your own intuition is speaking these words. So all reverence, all celebration, all love to that Guru presence, which bless this life with the meeting of that which is unimaginable, unperceivable, and that presence which is the same presence which is guiding now all of you also into the same discovery, which has nothing to do with the body of Ananta, but I can understand the feeling of reverence or devotion, not just love, for the instrument as well, which is very natural. And there's nothing to frown at or be averse to in that. So, but primarily we celebrate that holy presence, which is our own divinity. The rest of it we do like playfully. It's okay. I may get, I don't know if that's the plan. I may get like a foot pedicure or something, but that is that's just for fun. I mean, I understand the love and devotion behind that, and I fully respect that and love that. But primarily, it should. If all of this is a reminder about something, it must be a reminder to that divinity which is always available to us. And the greatest gift it has for us is that which you cannot perceive, but you can find. Which is your own self. So May you all always enjoy this discovery. May you all always enjoy the inquiry. May you always enjoy your own being, your presence. May the mind's tools of boredom and frustration and progress or the lack of progress or doubt, may those not hold any strength for you. May those not hold any strength for you. And may you want the highest if you were to want something. May you want the highest. Don't settle for anything else. Highest is to not want at all. Highest is to not want at all. But if you are going to want, then want the highest. So all blessings, all full, not just blessing but prediction. Full prediction that all those who are truly longing for this highest in their heart, may their longing be there, living inside. May that intuitive insight become so apparent that no doubt can come close to your discovery. And may you not want anything else. I'm saying, what is the difference between a guru and a teacher? With the teacher expects you to understand. The teacher wants you to hear the words, put it in the same conceptual framework that the teacher has, and accept that with your belief to be true. With me? A teacher has a conceptual framework. He proposes that conceptual framework to you and expects you to use your belief to make that your conceptual framework. And that is how the belief systems grows, like a religion. No? What is the difference between spirituality and that? Or between a guru and a teacher like that? A guru is shining light in an impossible place. That's why a guru is the greatest absurdity there is in this universe. Because what is the guru shining light on? That which is not perceivable. You see, that is yourself. You see? It cannot be put in any quality, in any shape, any size. And yet, I have not met one who has come to this clear recognition, true insight about themselves without the aid of a guru, at least of some sort. And at least from whatever I have seen, of course, everything is possible in consciousness. So it is possible. I'm just saying I have not come across one without the grace of a master. Like here I was just spiritual shopping, jumping from place to place, understanding so much. I could write many books based on the spiritual concepts I had gathered. But till I met my master, I did not value the insight. I did not recognize that this is the insight, this is already it. So the dissolution of the false happens in that way. And today we celebrate that aspect of your being, which we call the guru, which is pointing you to your own source. So everybody is showing you things about the world, about the phenomenal. What can show you that which is beyond phenomena? Before I am. And what does it take to look? It takes a moment of being empty. Turat mit jayenge. In that Kabirji, he said Turat. Turat is Turant, like this. Turant. If you look, God is to be found immediately, without time. He said one shan, ek shan, but not even that. All it takes is looking. But look without judgment. Look without sight. These things are impossibilities for the mind. It can sound like, what is he saying? Look without sight. Looking is sight. Witness without perception. Without bothering about what is being perceived. So who can share these absurdities with you? And you have to trust them enough that you hear these absurdities. That is the Guru. You see? And you cannot hear it unless there is that trust, unless there is that love. Imagine if you went to a seminar and the speaker in the seminar was talking. I'm out of here. What is this weird, absurd nonsense? Huh? But you come here and something in your heart holds you here. You see, many of you have come and your heart has held you here. You see, and you've created like different reasons. Like one child created a reason saying, "Oh, the boys in Satsang are so handsome. So I just come every day because I'll get to meet these boys." Huh? But actually, it's not true. You see, the boys in Satsang aren't that handsome. And secondly, it was because we need a reason for everything. We can't understand why our heart is bringing us back to Satsang. You see, but we need to find a reasoning. So we say, okay, it must be this because his words I can't understand. Or the master is saying that I can't understand, but something brings me here. So that is the first test of intuition. You see, something brings you here, but you can't fathom why. Can't fathom why. And what happens is that if you came with a preconceived idea about what it is going to be like, most often it is blown apart. Because the master doesn't dance to the tunes of anybody's projections or things like that. Even if it happens in the short term, it doesn't last. So this is the absurd thing that we celebrate today on Guru Purnima. Shining light on that which cannot be seen. Shining a light on that which cannot be seen. Which mind can understand that? No mind. That is the no mind which is being pointed to. Samjha? You see? So it has to be met in a place which is beyond all conceptualization, beyond all interpretation, beyond all evaluation. And that is a big ask. So at one level I can say that the master doesn't want anything from you. And at another level the master wants everything from you. Because it's a big ask. And the struggle and why the relationship can seem many times, like Guruji says, between the snake and the mongoose, both of equal size, and therefore then stuck, is because we may have enough reverence or devotion to the master, but also enough reverence for our notions. See? Then it can seem like the battle lasts long, and maybe stalemate comes. But if you are truly empty, you don't value any belief. You don't value any belief. Turat mil jayega. The discovery of God, the discovery of the self is immediate, more than immediate. And aparoksha, without any working, without any process of thinking, intuitive. And it has always been there. This is the absurdity also. What will you discover? That which you already know, always knew. But you did not value. And that is the way we use the term recognition. It's like saying that you have spent your whole life looking for a long lost sibling. You know? But your roommate was your long lost sibling. It's like the plot of every 80s Hindi movie. You know? And then at the end what happens? You recognize your best friend is already your sibling. No? So what, did you get something new? No, you just recognized that which you already have and have always known, but you have not valued. So these kind of absurd things are on offer here. So the self is not a new attainment. The self is not something new. You will recognize that which you already recognize in your heart to be your true self. You say, what I took false, that he is my roommate, actually he turned out to be my brother. Okay? What I took to be false, that I am this individual entity, the body-mind organism, Actually, I'm not that. I'm that pure awareness which is witnessing even the presence and absence of being itself. You already know this. If you did not know this in your heart, I could never show it to you. You see, because it's undescribable, no? Indescribable. Like how could I show you if you did not have that knowledge already? I cannot show you the unperceivable, the indescribable, the qualityless, nirguna. How could I show you? So I'm just showing you what you already know. That's why I don't charge. You already know it. One day you'll ask for a refund.
You do charge.
Yeah.
You do
I
charge.
just want everything.
Exactly.
I don't want anything small. This is the most absurd definition of Guru Purnima. So don't fear that which you don't know. Don't fear the mystery. If you run away from the mystery of your own self, which you can never squeeze into your head, so you will never crack this mystery in your head. But the mystery will reveal itself and yet get deeper and deeper, and like Guruji says, sweeter and sweeter and sweeter. Don't know so much. Don't value the false because it seems like something you can hold on to. Whereas the truth feels like I have no legs to stand on. It can seem like a very scary thing to not know. And definitely don't know spirituality. That's the worst knowledge. Don't know spirituality. Know spirituality. Don't know spirituality. Because that knowledge becomes oppressive. So many children have come here, no? From that context. I have been so long in spirituality, I know so much spirituality. You see, but why is it not working? Why is it not working? They say, why is it not working? So we know spirituality. What are the qualifications that one of the greatest gurus we've been blessed with in our country, Nisargadatta Maharaj, what are his qualifications? BD seller, didn't go to school a lot. Yes, but he went to his master and trusted. And that lack of conceptual knowledge probably helped. Okay, last tip. The last tip is that don't try to frame spirituality in your way. Don't try to frame your spirituality in your way, because eventually the truth of what you are will be recognized without a way. There's no way in this. Before the click, what's your way? What's your tactic? What's your plan? What's your type of spirituality? Everybody recognizes that self in the same way. It doesn't matter whether you've done this brand of spirituality, that brand of spirituality, how many years you've done it, what you've assimilated, not assimilated, it doesn't matter. Because the recognition of the self, whichever path you may be on, whichever religion you may be on, is always the same. You see, you cannot recognize the unperceivable in two different ways. You cannot recognize the unperceivable in two different ways. So ultimately the way is only one. There may be million different ways to get to that way. But that doesn't matter. So remember that there are no two different ways to recognize the unperceivable. It's just not possible. Because then it would have to have a quality. Isn't it? You see this, or just I'm speaking very academically?
No, it's definitely resonates.
So that insight about yourself as the unperceivable one. Are you aware now? That you, which is unperceivable yet apparent as you, is the only self-recognition there is. The question, the pointer, the trigger may be different. Every master is not going to say, are you aware now? So the trigger point may be different. And sometimes you don't even need a trigger point or a word. But the recognition is always the same. The same awareness which you are recognizing will be recognized. There is nothing else. That is the only unperceivable reality. And all perceptions, they come and go. All belief systems, they come and go. Don't value them so much. And one deal I made with one of my children was that we will never suffer on behalf of that one that we cannot find. Don't suffer on behalf of the one that you cannot find. And this child, you know what he said? He said, but what if one day we do find that one? I say, okay, from that day suffer. Isn't that fair? Like, why suffer on the presumed notion that one day we may realize it is true? And I'd love to hear it because I've spent 10 years sharing this and I must be speaking nonsense then. For like, I don't want to spend the rest of my life sharing this then if the person actually exists. Isn't it? So then you better come and tell me. So can we, as the parting words of Guru Purnima, make this deal, all of us? No suffering on behalf of one that we can't find. Yes? Deal? Deal? Only if you can locate the one we are suffering on behalf of. Yes?
Yes.
Beautiful, beautiful evening.